Hello, Gaddis Gamers. So I wanted to take a minute to invite you on this thought experiment with me as we move Gaddis Gaming forward with the Guard Universal Rule System and we expand into sci-fi. What if people who are currently playing the grim dark future of Warhammer 40K and all the tribulations and the rule books that they're buying every 3 months, the chapter approved and the books for each chapter and each faction. What if people actually looked at universal rule systems using the miniatures that they already have collected? What if you were able to break out of the cycle of buying new armies every time GW release something in order to be able to just play a regular game, right? So, what if you were able to have a universal rule system where you could stat out your miniatures, you and your opponent, and then be able to play the game with the miniatures you have, mix and match any way up and down the scale that you'd like, make all kind of crazy stuff up, but still be able to play in a fashion that you're comfortable with? Well, you can. You could do that right now. We've done it with the Gaddis Universal Assembly Rules Data System. We've got a historical version of our rules where you can play it straight historical. And then we have a Weird War alternative sci-fi version that we're going to, that we've come out with Empire Falls and Shattered Crown. As you know, Shattered Crown is dedicated to the Harlem Hellfighters, who in 100 years have never had a game dedicated to them until we did it in 2018. And then we have Empire Falls, as you know. We just had a successful Kickstarter. The product is out on the market. People are loving it. Great. We knew that was going to happen based on the feedback we were getting from the conventions we've been going to for the last 6 years. So, we know we have a solid product and it's out there in the market, but the 800-pound gorilla in the room is GW, and people are locked into that system. You can go from Maine to California, and there's 3 games that you will be able to play at any of those stores: D&D, Magic the Gathering, and Warhammer 40,000, or Age of Sigmar, one of its permutations. And when we enter the market with our product, our sci-fi product, based on the Guards rule system, there'll be a new book. There'll be 6 factions, but if you know the core rules for Guards, it's just a tiny little step to be able to go full out, play with GW miniatures, play with Infinity miniatures, play with any kind of sci-fi miniatures you already have, but using the system, you and a friend or you and your play group would be able to adapt it, and you have our full support, right? Also, the other uh, item that GW has to look out for is 3D printing. I see this moment in history of 3D printing as the same moment when you had MP3s come out and you had Napster, and the big record companies were all in a panic, and instead of embracing that technology, they tried to squash it. And I think that's going to be a losing battle going forward. The same way I saw, all our manufacturing being in China as a losing proposition, even though everybody told me, "Oh, make your stuff in China; it's so much cheaper." I said, "Well, what happens when the supply chain breaks down, right?" I was thinking a trade war with China and the United States. I didn't, foresee COVID-19 coming in and making a mess of it for years and years and years on end. But all of our stuff is sourced, all of our materials, all of our product is sourced right here in the United States. So our manufacturing is is intact given the restrictions that we have on being able to manufacture, um, based on the states that we're in, on COVID restrictions. But our product has come out. It's not stuck on a container ship. It's not stuck in a warehouse in China like other manufacturers have had that problem. Now, with 3D, that opens up a lot of possibilities for us with 3D printing, where we can design STL files, we can spend money on artists, and then um, let people all over the world, license to print our product for you to buy locally. Therefore, we don't have to pay these outrageous shipping prices. Our shipping prices have gone up 3 times this year. It's absolutely ridiculous, which means we have to raise our prices in order, to keep up with just, inflation, and to stay alive as a business and to bring you um, products that we know you want to see because you talk to us. We're in conversation, with you, our customer base, our fan base, and we're so happy to have you, and we appreciate you guys so much. So, in the future, what kind of company do we need to be to compete with this juggernaut that's Games Workshop, right? That's sucking up all the sci-fi air in the room. Well, the advantages of being a small company, a small nimble company like Gaddis Gaming, is that for you, the Gaddis gamers, you can grab a starter set for a very low price. If you look at buying starter set of Space Marines to really field a 2,000 point army, you're looking at about $6,000. I mean, that's $600. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, after you buy all the Space Marine chapters and all the stuff that goes with it, it feels like you spent $6,000 on product. But but that's the hole you go down in GW. But when you buy Gaddis Gaming products, you can get in for everything you need for $100. I mean, you're looking at a rule book, minis, dice, your tokens, and then you can expand out from there on the type of style you want to play. You want to play a tank heavy army? Go wild, buy some more tanks. You need artillery, you need machine guns, you need mortars. However you like to play, we have it. And when our sci-fi stuff comes out, it'll be analog to other sci-fi products that are out there, but you still won't have that huge price, and your cost goes down even more. If you're just buying the STLs and 3D printing them for our sci-fi product. But I know everybody's not going to have a 3D printer or have access to one, so we'll still have physical products you'll be able to buy. But for us, it's we're trying to lower the barrier to entry and give new gamers an on ramp. You know, and the other advantage is that we already have historical products in the market, right? Our sci-fi products will be compatible with the guard system the same way our World War I and World War II products were compatible with the guard system. So you have one rule set that can pull that double duty. You know, all of that is built directly into the guard's rule system from scratch, and people love it. And again, our job is not to tell you how to play; we're just giving you the tools to play with. We here at Gaddis Gaming, we try to make it easy for people to buy a starter box, pick the faction you want, build it out the way you want. I don't, if you can think of a way to make it easier, then please, leave a comment below this video. You know, you know, look, I know it's not easy going up against a behemoth like GW. They got a 30-year head start on us. But we are here for the people who play our games. We're here as gamers with you, and we want to make it as easy as possible for you to get in to gaming using our products, and maybe we're just bad capitalists that way. But I feel a lot of pain of people, who are selling off their collections because hard times, jobs change, you got to move, all kind of stuff, and But the main thing is to have fun with your friends, put your games on the table, and we're a whole hobby company. It's not just, the miniatures and the rules. It's also, painting the miniatures, building a community around the hobby, having a positive experience with your friends. I think that is also a key function of what it is to be a Gaddis gamer. We want to encourage that. We want to make sure that people that are part of the gaming community have a great experience, and we're going to do what we can to make sure you do it. And GW is just there to, you know make money, from what the rule sets and stuff, that I've seen, the years that I've watched this, go down. I They just, don't seem to really be interested, in that aspect of it, even though they make, great products. I buy their products too, but, we want to make sure that people have an easy on ramp, on a budget. We know this hobby is for people with disposable income, but I think that there should be a price point for everybody to get into it, and we want to make sure that we cover, all of those, and make it as easy as possible for people to get in and start playing, and going up against GW with their sci-fi products. It's not going to be easy, but hey, it's something that needs to be done, and it's something that we had already planned on doing for a long time. But hopefully, our stuff is unique enough, um, that we can make a dent, in that market. And I don't think GW wants you to know that there's anything out there outside of GW world. But we are. There's a lot of smaller companies out here doing a lot of great things, and a lot of great manufacturers, um, out there. And I think, you deserve to know that, you can get in, uh, at a reasonable, uh, price point, and create a play group and have a good time. And we're there as Gaddis Gamers to support you. All right. So, like, share, do other things. If you disagree with me or agree with me, leave a comment. I'd like to know your thoughts on this, of where you see the future of wargaming and miniatures, and specifically sci-fi. Where you see the future lying with the advent of 3D printing coming, and people printing whole armies for pennies on a dollar. Um, and most of all, though, happy gaming.